Hello and welcome to the Public Dominion's belated first anniversary. Hard to believe I've been doing this for a year now. You'd think I'd have more episodes out. Well, there's no law against having a slow release schedule, and a good thing too, or else I might get a talking to from the lawyer in today's film. Here to show us why there's no such thing as a small crime, here's Why We Respect the Law.
Man, I hate waiting for the dentist.
And tell him I'll call him later. I don't want to be disturbed now.
Ugh, I hate that
Sorry
guy.
I'm late, Kent. I was delayed in court.
The feds have nothing, though. I'll walk.
Good to see you. Thanks, Mr.
Say, did you see some missing film lying around anywhere?
Dad's alright. He mustn't. I mean, you know I'm here.
You know he doesn't approve of us.
You said you needed the advice of a lawyer.
I do.
Well, sit
Some
down.
guy's
Tell
been
me what
posting
happened.
videos of me to YouTube with sarcastic narration over it.
Well, it's the neighborhood ball club.
Mhm.
We've got a good diamond, but we've been wanting to build a backstop.
But it violates several zoning ordinances.
Only we don't have any money.
I see.
Well, they're building this new store in our neighborhood, and, well, there's a lot of lumber lying around, and so...
And so one dark night, you took what you needed.
It was right there. I'm so weak.
There were 4 of us.
The construction
They don't know
site
who
bandits,
took
the
it
papers
yet,
call
but
us.
They're raising an awful fuss.
They usually do.
But why all the fuss? All we took were a few boards.
Then the strong
We
box
need
in the
those
foreman's
boards,
office,
and
but
they've got
still.
plenty more.
Kent, take off your shoes.
Okay, this got weird all of a
Let me have
sudden.
your shoes.
Guess you know. Oh. You think maybe I left footprints there?
5th one this week. I can't believe they keep falling for that.
I'll just keep them. My boy can use them. You have plenty more shoes.
That's different.
It's different.
Are laws made to regulate me and simply to protect you?
Sometimes it seems laws are made just to keep us from we want to.
No laws against crappy
On
film
the
editing, I
contrary,
see.
Kent. It's law that allows us to live in freedom. Real freedom.
The freedom to obey.
One of the cornerstones of our democracy.
To prove it, I'm going to look at this copy of the Constitution.
Kent, imagine what things would be like if we had no law. Suppose we had no constitution, nor any other written law.
Ah, where did it go?
Then we would have no officers to enforce
Ghost
the law,
Cop, coming this fall.
and no courts to interpret the law.
Memoirs
Now
of an invisible
imagine a
judge.
quiet evening at home with your mother, father, and sister.
Wow, your life is boring.
Maybe you're talking over plans for the weekend.
We're going to drive up to
When-
Canada to buy booze. Armed hillbillies arrive. Oh, hey, this is a family program, buddy. Armed robbery is one thing, but pushing someone into a sofa? No, they've gone too far. Society itself would collapse if we let people take boards from
Like
construction
something out of
sites.
a Western movie.
Yes? Such occurrences were common on the frontier. Then men banded together as vigilantes to preserve the peace.
And lynch black people.
And finally came the formal establishment of law and order. So you see, Kent, every one of us should have a deep respect for the law because of where we'd be without it.
Dead.
You mean, law makes the difference between freedom and...
Between freedom and license.
You see, Kent, people are inherently evil and need to be kept in
Kent,
line.
You said you played baseball.
Sure, shortstop.
Play according to the rules?
No, sir,
Oh,
we
sure.
cheat like crazy.
I see what you're driving at. We all didn't follow the same rules. Couldn't have a very good game.
It'd be a lot more interesting,
you couldn't
though.
have a game at all.
Yeah, that's right. But where do we get so many laws?
Bureaucracy,
Well,
mostly.
You know where you'll find the law, thou shalt not steal.
Sure, in the Bible.
You have sinned before
That law is
God,
over
Kent.
3,000 years old. Here are some laws. They're not yet 1 year old.
There are restrictions on the use of copyrighted material on the internet.
Laws are the result of human experience, Kent. And they're wiser than any man.
The law is sacrosanct.
Take Socrates. When Socrates was condemned to death, his friends urged him to escape. But he refused on the grounds that the law said he must die.
It's more complex than that, but shut up, I'm making a point here.
The law as being right. So we should respect the law.
Even if
because
it kills
represents
us.
the accumulated experience of men through the ages. Now here's another reason. Watch.
It's throw the book at him, not drop it.
It fell down.
It's this insight that makes him such a high-profile attorney.
Or toward the earth.
Oh. Sir Isaac Newton, law of gravitation.
My point is that an object falls to the earth, not because Newton passed a law, but because the universe is made that way.
Oh, brother.
So, stealing is wrong, not because someone passed a law, but because peace and happiness are impossible unless our individual possessions are secure.
If you're materialistic, sure.
We respect laws because law is in harmony with the universe itself.
Physical laws and societal laws are not the same thing, dumbass.
What about gambling houses that run wide open? They're against the law.
They exist when some people fail to respect the law.
That doesn't answer his
When you
question,
find
though.
gambling wide open, you'll find other things. Open crime, corruption in government, robbery, peaceful citizens' lives in danger.
Human sacrifice, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
The law. Is that what you want?
Why, you might as well be stealing America itself when you took those boards.
Better off respecting the law.
You mean, because without respect for law can't operate.
Without respect for law, a man can't get a store built.
Pack your bags, we're going on a
Now,
guilt
wait
trip.
a minute. You can't class me with a bunch of gamblers.
It's only a matter of the issue, Kent, is not a few dollars worth of lumber. It's your attitude toward law itself.
You betrayed the law.
Let me tell you about a case that was in court about a month ago.
Story time.
The defendant was a young fellow, not much older than you. The story is unfortunately a rather common one.
He did whippets behind the
In his
gym.
cross-examination, the prosecuting attorney brought out the whole story. It began with a card tray on a hall table at home. That's where his mother kept loose
Oh, he
change.
just can't resist the lure of
He
bright,
was
shiny
8
coins.
years old. His mother was a busy woman. She wouldn't miss a couple of pennies.
He's a monster. Lock him up.
No, mother didn't miss the pennies. So he began taking more money,
Worked his way up to nickels and then
and it became a habit.
quarters.
Until that's what usually happens. You're caught.
He had 18 to
Not long
life with no
after,
chance of
he was
parole.
driving with his mother, where the posted speed limit was 35 miles per hour. She was doing 50. And she had punished him for breaking the law.
Wait, did this just
Then,
turn into I
suddenly,
accuse my parents?
What made her slow down?
Ah, crap, the fuzz!
So the little boy learned from his mother that you must obey the law if there's someone around to enforce it.
Fear of getting caught is a deterrent.
By
How
the
did you
time
pass
he'd
the bar
entered high
again?
School, he'd lost all respect for the law.
Oh, he's shoving the law into
He was a
lockers
bright
and giving it
boy.
wet willies.
It was easy to cheat, and for him it was the natural thing to do. And after all, hadn't he heard his father gloat over cheating on his income tax return?
My CPS
So
didn't
you
take this
see
kid
how
away, I'll
disrespect
never
for
know.
law can become a habit. How the parent's example may be followed by the child.
Geez, I haven't faded out this many
Later,
times since my
he
grad
stole
party.
a wristwatch and proudly showed it to his cronies.
While playing
Other
penny
boys
ante
he was
poker,
infecting
is there
with
no
his own
end to this man's
disrespect for law.
depravity?
One of these same boys was with him a couple of years later when he made his biggest and most dramatic show of flaunting the law.
He wanted to sell his gun, but the cashier got the wrong idea.
Yes, it was his biggest show. It was also his last.
Because when he held up the store, he didn't see the cops standing 5 feet away from him, I guess.
The law which this young man held in such low regard, the law assured him a fair trial. But still, the law did punish him.
He's on death row
He has
now.
time now to think about what he's done. And I believe he'll turn out all right.
On what do you
He
base this
realizes that
assumption,
his
lawyer
trouble
guy?
began with 2 pennies stolen from a card tray.
Yes, if he hadn't done that, he'd
The
have
money
become a
wasn't
fine,
important,
upstanding
Not
citizen.
to him nor to his parents. What's important is that from that petty beginning, he developed an attitude of disrespect for law.
Because there are no other factors involved in criminal behavior.
And that attitude has come near to ruining his life. So you see, Kent, you should respect the law if for no other reason than to keep yourself out of trouble.
You sow the
You mean
wind, you
that?
reap the
I
hurricane,
think
Kent.
A few boards could lead to something like that.
No, but we'll tell you it will in the hopes that it'll scare you into obedience.
Yeah, I guess it could, but Mister.
Laws aren't just a matter of policemen and jails, Kent. We need them only as people disrespect the law. The amazing thing is the small amount of enforcement that is necessary.
After all, someone has to keep the gun-toting
That's the
robbers
real
from
truth.
pushing people into
The
sofas.
rightness of law. That's why I decided to become a lawyer.
Well, that and the fat
To
paychecks.
help people understand the law. To help promote respect for law.
To steal shoes from teenagers.
Kent, would you like to help?
Me?
Yes.
Can I?
Of course you
On
can.
second thought, no, you just screw it up.
You'll get together with these other boys that were in with you on this lumber affair.
Rat them out and I can cut you a deal with the
Mr.
DA.
Hudson says that if we chip in and make good on the lumber, you sure the contractor won't make any formal charge against us?
Because that's totally how it would go in real life.
okay with me. Well, all right. Hey, wait a minute. Nobody knows who took the lumber. Why pay for it? After all, if we just keep quiet for a while, unless you're gonna snitch on us.
You wearing a wire, Kent?
How about it? Well, I wouldn't want to snitch on any of my friends.
I mean, I did, but I didn't want to.
It'd be better just to straighten it out. As Mr. Hudson explained it, well, if I saw a man breaking into a store, it would be my duty to report it to the police, wouldn't it?
Hey, are you calling me a thief?
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
gonna smash
Well,
you
yes.
right in the- Sure he is. He's calling himself a thief, too, and he's right. We're all the same.
We're bad
Thanks
people,
for the
Joel.
pen, Joey. I sure can use it.
Hey, give me that. That's my pen.
Oh,
Why,
the time-honored teaching method
Are
of
you
being a
calling
jerk.
me a thief? Hello? Can I speak with Mr. Hudson, please?
Yeah, they're all here. Send in the SWAT team.
Joey, a law's a law. You don't draw the line. You just live up to it.
Don't question authority, just do what you're told.
Hello, Mr. Hudson? This is Kent Lawrence. Yeah, the boys are here, and they decided to chip in and pay for the lumber.
Yeah, tell the sniper to stand down.
What's that? Just a minute. Mr. Hudson says he's already talked to the man who's building the store. If we show up Saturday at 7:30, he'll let us work out the cost of the lumber, seeing as we want to do it on our own.
Boy, that's swell.
And when they showed up that morning, they were immediately
We'll be
arrested.
Oh, that's good. And Kent, tell the fellas something for me, will you?
Fight me.
Tell them they'll be better off as individuals, and the community will be better off for having them in it. If they will practice respect for law.
Respect and fear.
By knowing the law, by obeying the law, whether there's a policeman around or not, by helping with law enforcement, and by encouraging others to respect the law.
On a more serious note, I'd like to thank everybody for watching and hope you'll continue to do so in the future. I know not a lot of people watch this show, but if I can entertain even a few people, I think it's worth it.
This is the Video Police. You're under arrest for ripping off Mystery Science Theater. We have the building surrounded. Come out with your hands
They'll
up.
never take me alive, coppers!
I'm breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I needed money 'cause I had none.
Let me have your shoes.